Welcome, folks, to another tradepicks recap video. Day trading today, Wednesday, January 7th, 2026. And today is all about patience, discipline, precision, and execution. Follow those 4 steps and you'll do okay. Don't follow them, and the risk of losing is greatly exaggerated. All day traders lose money. It's part of winning and losing, part of day trading. Seek professional advice if you have issues, if you can't make it. Make sure you trade on the simulator. Make sure you have a strategy, a watch list, something that you can follow, something that you'll stick to. Cut out the human emotions because it's about the technicals, not about the I thinks, not about the I hopes, not about the I wants, not because it did this, not because that guy did this. If you like my videos, please like and subscribe. And with that, let's get into it. Here's our P&L for today. We were up $1.50, very minor, then up $6, and I was almost happy to take the $6 away because that would have put me green on the month. But we did jump in at the last minute. SKYQ came through again. We made 15, 16 bucks yesterday and another 20 today, so a continuation. 3 trades only, all green. And you can see there our P&L for the month. We're up 20 bucks and we're 100% on our average winning number of trades, no losing trades. Here we go. So we started very early, around 5:13 Pacific time. We took a small starter trade there, just 50 shares on Lucy. And this is an interesting thought because it always seems to have moves every year. And we traded in the past and we made some money in the past and we've also lost. So I was skeptic about taking any higher amount of shares. And we watched it for most of the day. RELI had news and it started showing up around 5:30. And we started looking at it. And like anything with news, my suspicion was that it was going to hang around 76 cents there and then fall into the red. And sure enough, I think that's what it does. And so we turned away, and on our watch list we had Lucy. I think that we traded from 5:13 till about a little after 8 a.m. And for those 3 hours, I think we spent most of our time in Lucy. So I cut all that out. No sense in boring you. There might have been others that were slightly moving, but none of them gave us the confidence, gave us that look that said, "Hey, jump in. I'll happily give you some profits." So I saw a lot of danger zones, and since I'm not quick to get out, I don't use hotkeys. I just opted not to trade a few of the other ones. There were opportunities to make a few pennies here and there, but for me, it made no sense. And today was really about discipline. And once I was up $1.50 and then $6. I said, I don't have to trade anymore. I'll just watch the rest of the market. And I really stuck to my guns on that one. And I didn't get any FOMO, which was a good thing. And you can see there the red bar, which I suspected was going to happen. You get news, the price goes up, and then 2 bars later, it just falls flat and dumps. But here, as I'm watching it, it looked like it had a little bit of a pickup there. And I thought there might be an opportunity. And what I liked was that the MACD was completely wide open. It then looked like it was about to shut. But here, notice we didn't jump in. We took our time. And it was interesting because on this one, I've been working on this indicator that measures one bar versus the other. So it compares four bars and their behavior and how far apart they are. And this one gave me a clear signal that for an entry point, which was interesting. So that's one of the reasons why I hang on with it. But the indicators in its very early stages, I mean, you'll look at 100 stocks before it gives you one pattern. So it isn't that reliable. But it was interesting, nevertheless, the fact that the bar comparison had a positive. So we left RELI alone. We went back and we were looking at SKYQ early in the day, and that's 5:35 a.m. And I want to show you this because it'll come into play in the last trade. And of course, this is the trade that we made most of our money today. So we're back on RELI 5:38. It's a little later, and now it started to move. And here's where I got the alert based on those four bars there. So we decided to go in 240 shares. Got filled at 71 cents. And what we're looking for is a break of the 73, 74, right up there at the upper band of the VWAP. And we don't have bracket orders here in pre-market, so, you know, you're on your own. And at first, this looked like it was not going to go. It was having issues with resistance up there at the 75 cents. I think 75 and below, it just wasn't going to cut it. And it's now 9:36 a.m. and I don't think I think it dropped. It never recovered after that high a day of 76 cents. Lucy was another one also. It couldn't recover. I think it hit 192 off at open, but then it fell back. And we didn't trade it just because we didn't trust it. And I wasn't about to trust it. The other thing I'm seeing is in some of my past videos a few months ago, I mentioned a chandelier pattern. And I'm starting to see that again. You'll see this big green bar. Then you'll see this curl. And then you'll see you'll go 5, 10, 15 minutes. A couple of green bars, and then falls again, and then the same thing again until it looks like what it looks like a chandelier. So be careful out there because I don't think we have any type of bullish pattern. I think these are bearish times, and they're certainly taking advantage of the bulls. So right here, I realized that maybe this trade could go sour. The MACDs are starting to turn down and shut. So but it wasn't that, we weren't losing hundreds of dollars. So I decided to let it go. But I decided also not to give it too much leeway. And this is what I was expecting. Just a little nudge up there, up the upper VWAP band. And there I take my profit off of the top. And I'm out. And so here at this point, I'm up $6 and some change. And for the month, I was down $5 coming into today. So with $6, I'm up like $1 in the month. So I'm happy. So I exercise extreme discipline, caution, and I watch many stocks, but I did not trade them. So here you see, like I said, I started at 5:13 a.m. Pacific. It's 5:40 now. I've got 2 trades under my belt for the day, $6, and I said, that's it. I'm happy. And from 540 until way after the open, I did not trade. And one of the reasons I didn't trade Lucy was because it shot up right at the open. But here we are. Look at this. This is 8:08 a.m. Wow, by the time I start taking this trade. And I could have made more money here because I was watching this around 67, 69 cents. And I wanted to take a trade, but I wasn't sure. And then I decided to go for breakfast. So I said, sure enough, as I go for breakfast, when I come back, this thing's going to be up. And that's exactly what happened. I could have been in around 70 cents and could have made a little bit more money instead of taking the trade where I did. But that's okay. I still made 20 bucks and we were green. So we jump in here once we see that green candle reach, and we get out very quickly at the high of day. There we go. And we're looking for 82, but I didn't think 82 was possible. So unlike yesterday, where I was making mistakes of not setting it correctly, this time I did. I moved it very quickly, very rapidly. Look at that. I sold at 78.61 and the high of day was 79 cents. So just 39 cents off the top. 39 hundredths of a cent, actually. So that was a very good trade, and we made 20 bucks and 25 cents. And that put us up over 26 bucks on the day. And all we can do is look for tomorrow. There was another one at this time, COOT, some Australian oil company, but I didn't like it. I felt it was too nerve-wracking to go into it. And sure enough, it curtailed. SMX was having a good time, a little bit with a few bucks. NTS also had some good moves, but they were just a little too high priced, and the profit wouldn't have been there. So we continue to watch SKYQ, and as I checked about a few minutes ago, it's at 75 cents. So it's holding its own, and if things pick up through the rest of the day, it might go higher. I don't think we have any more. We might have about $700 in settled funds, but there's no point in jumping back in. We did our 2-3 hours. We did our 26 bucks. Yeah, it's a lot less than the minimum, but what is important is that we were green and that we were steady. Here's the other one I was looking at that I was telling you about, but look at that. It jumped up to 88 and fell back. So we took that off our watch list. We'll check the price and see where it's at now. And also, right before I took this trade on SKYQ, I had this motion of lag, and I got scared. I wasn't going to take this trade because all of a sudden the screen froze on me. The charts froze and everything. So I didn't know what was coming. Yeah, 74 cents for SKYQ at the moment, and it's 9:43 a.m. Pacific Coast time. So it might go higher, it might not. We don't know, but we had a good day, and like yesterday, it's a good day. Let's look forward to Thursday. Everyone be careful. I don't suspect that we're going to have a great movement in small cap stocks. So be careful and have a great day. Gorilla out.